Hello everyone, this is a teacher video with tips for using Zoom with your classroom. One of the things when you sign in, I suggest where the button that says sign in, scroll just below that and you'll be able to sign in with your Google. Now what I suggest is here, go to your settings. And when you click on settings, you'll see all sorts of options. Some things that I suggest are with the audio type, make sure it says telephone and computer. You might want to require a password when scheduling new meetings. I like the option of muting participants when they come in, because otherwise when people speak, it keeps hijacking your screen. On chat, you can allow meeting participants to send visible messages to all participants. You can have that on or have that off. I like having this one off where where you're not allowing private chat. So that way they could, when they have the chat, they can only interact with you. File transfer about hosts and participants sending files through the in-meeting chat. You can have that on or off, your choice. Screen sharing. I really don't want students taking over my screen. So who can share? I have mine on host only. And then that will default who can start sharing when somebody else is sharing to host only. Annotation. See, there might be times when you share your whiteboard, you want them to be able to annotate the screen. So you can have the whiteboard on or off and decide if you're going to allow participants to share the whiteboard during a meeting. I want mine on in case there's something I want them to mark up. Remote control, that's during screen sharing. The person who's sharing can allow others to control the screen. You kind of need that if you're going to be using the interactive whiteboard with them. Nonverbal feedback, it gives them the option to give a thumbs up or a thumbs down. You can have that on or have that off. That's up to you. Closed captioning, it's kind of a pain in this. You either have to assign a third-party device to add closed captions, and most of them have a cost. Or you can, as a host, type in captions, or you can assign a participant. So if you have a student who's responsible and they type really fast, you can leave this on and maybe assign it to one of your student participants. And then you'll have to decide if you want to allow your participants to use a virtual background or not. I have mine on. So a lot of devices require a green screen in the back in order to use that option and have it look good. Attention tracking, I like that because it lets the host see an indicator in the participant panel if a meeting webinar attendee does not have Zoom in focus during screen sharing. So that's something you might want. You might want email notification when attendees join the meeting before the host does. And then also you might want to be notified when a meeting is canceled. So that way, make sure you have students put this on. So if a meeting is canceled, they'll be notified. So ask your students to make sure they put that on. And then you could also blur snapshot on iOS test switcher. It'll blur their backgrounds. That might be nice in terms of privacy. So make sure you go through all of the features and settings and see what you may want to use here. So good luck. I think this is a really good tool to use with distance learning with your students.